Welcome to another great episode of American Rifleman Television. Now, the success of the modern Benelli really lies at the feet of the Super Black Eagle, now in its 2 and 3 configuration. But that's not all that Benelli makes. For this week's Rifleman Review, we head to the range with a brand new Taurus, and that's the G3, a full-size 9mm made in Brazil. For Eye of This Old Gun, we'll look at the British Snider, which of course was a conversion of the earlier Pattern 53 that became a rifle in its own right. But right now, let's head to Urbino and Benelli.
The walled city of Urbino was one of the most important sites in the Italian Renaissance, but it's also important to shotguns. In 1967, Paolo Benelli formed a new branch of the motorcycle company to make shotguns designed by Bruno Civillani. Today we know those shotguns as inertia-driven.
The way the inertia system works is quite simple. And in essence, you fire the gun, and the gun wants to move backwards from recoil. The weight of that heavy bolt body actually stays somewhat stationary in relation to the gun moving backwards. And that stationary bolt, with the gun moving backwards around it, compresses the inertia spring on the inside. Once the recoil subsides, that inertia spring springs and shoots that bolt rearward, kicking the old shell out. And then as it reaches the end of the cycle, the recoil spring takes over, forcing it back forward, picking up the next cartridge and getting ready to fire again. It's really very, very simple, but again, very difficult to manufacture because the tolerances required.
The Millennium G2 has been one of Taurus's best and most successful handgun designs of the last 5 years. And in 2019, the company took that compact platform, enlarged it a little bit, and reintroduced it as the G3. Now more of a mid-sized gun, the G3 has a 4-inch barrel compared to the G2's 3.2-inch barrel, as well as a slightly longer grip area, which accommodates a larger, higher capacity magazine.
The gun first sees actual combat use in Abyssinia, present-day Ethiopia, and this is in 1868. British battalions landed in the Red Sea, a grueling march across country, and went into action against Emperor Theodore's massed army. But his army was armed with shields, spears, bows and arrows, and those sort of weapons. The British now had the Snider, and whereas, as they found in these trials, that a trained marksman could really be expected to load and fire a muzzle-loading Enfield 3 times in a minute, now with this system, you could actually load and fire it 15 times in a minute.